How's everyone doing? Give it up for Marcos and his wife. That's fantastic. I actually just broke up with my girlfriend recently, and this is what happened, because I feel like you guys seem like nice people. I feel like I can open up to you. She found me to be kind of stupid, a little bit lazy. She didn't really like the way I dressed, didn't really like my work ethic, didn't really feel like I was going anywhere in life, didn't like the television shows I watched, didn't really feel like I got along with her family well enough, she didn't like the shoes I wore, didn't like the speed I walked when I was wearing those shoes, didn't like my skin, felt like it was too dry, she didn't feel like I was too great in bed, I was no Steve, as she put it. And I found her to be a little too judgmental, a little too judgy. But it's weird when you break up with a girl and you get a little bit older. I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but and you gotta call your parents and tell them. And like my mom will always say the same shit every time I break up with a girl now. She's like, "Oh, Shane, what are you gonna do about the puss, you know?" And I'll be like, "Oh, Ma, I'm gonna try online dating." She's like, "Oh, be careful." I'm like, "I'll bring a knife. I'm not gonna get robbed." So I tried internet dating. I don't know if you guys have tried that particular activity, but this is what I noticed. Most of the girls that I met, or their profiles that I came across, they all said the same thing. They're all like, "I'm very outdoorsy. Maybe on a first date I'd like to go on a hike or something." Now, I'm currently not now, nor have I ever been a lady, but if I was going to meet a strange man on the internet, I don't know if one of the first things I'd suggest we do is go off into the forest, where if I scream it may or may not make a sound. Like, that's kind of like saying I like to hang out in alleys and just drink whatever drink a guy gives me. Did anyone watch Shark Week? We just had Shark Week. No one? You know what Shark Week? Is anyone aware of Shark Week?
What are sharks?
You don't know sharks? It's Rockford, I get it. We're far from the ocean. I got that reference. West Side Story. Or no, was it West Side Story, right?
Yeah, it was.
That was their dance. What was their song? You know that snapping. You don't know the song?
I just know the snap thing because I saw a picture on Facebook and said it's Shark Week and had the sharks going to it.
I can't remember. What a lame name for like a gang. Even back then, come on, you could come up with something better than sharks. You know what? I can't. But I feel like they were a gang. They were organized. They had meetings. They had to have meetings. They could have thought something. Shark Week. You've seen commercials for it. The Shark Week is basically the Discovery Channel devotes an entire week to just broadcasting sharks biting things. It's exciting. It's not. That's about it. And it's fun because you get to see some of the stupidest behavior that human beings are capable of. Like, last year, Shark Week, I was watching, and there's these two guys in like a very small fishing boat. It was like a paddle boat, and a great white shark was circling the boat, and they were filming it on their cell phones. Which, like, they understand that shark's not circling the boat for a photo op, right? Like, he's got something in mind. And not only that, but I don't know that that's the best use of your phone at this juncture in your life. There's probably some other things. I don't understand why we're still going in the ocean as human beings. Like, we don't belong there. It's a shark's home environment. Like, if I ever saw a shark walking down the street, I'd shoot it in the face. So who am I to expect better treatment in his home environment? You know, I'm just a guy that doesn't want that shark's parents to give it an open casket funeral, which is a dick move. Any football fans? With that? You guys? I would not have guessed of everyone in here. What, Bears fans? Bears fans?
We're here.
Yeah? How do you think they're going to do this year? Really? I feel like this is a good year for them. You guys, any opinions on the Bears? No? What's that?
Yeah, I have a lot of opinions on them.
How do you feel about the Bears? They've won the Super Bowl. You got to be happy with that. It's happened. You could live in Detroit where it's never happened.
Hey.
What? Someone from Detroit?
Yeah. The owner is.
I'm a huge Lions fan, so I can say that. I guess. I don't know. So I am a Lions fan, and you know how bad it is. Like, the Lions went 0-16 one season. That means, like, over a 2-year span, I had more birthdays than the Detroit Lions have had wins. And I'm a big Lions fan, and I have a Lions blanket that I've had my entire life. I love it. And it's all frayed now, and there's like a big piece like ripped out of it. And a lot of mornings I'll wake up and it'll be wrapped around my neck. And I always, like I swear, I always just figure that someday, like when the Lions finally make the Super Bowl, that'll be the day that the blanket finishes the job. And that'll be like the headline in the paper will be like, long-suffering Lions fan strangled by team blanket in his sleep. Does not see team win the Super Bowl. I love football. Football is, because of the stories behind like football is just what makes it such a great sport. Like you get to see young men living out their dreams, which is a great thing to watch. Like this year, in the NFL draft, a couple months ago, there was a college player who was paralyzed for life on his last play of college football. Obviously, it was his last play. He wasn't going to get back up anymore. But he was paralyzed in his very last play of college football. And so he could realize his dream of being an NFL player, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected him with their very last draft pick, which was wonderful. It was a great thing. And he actually retired last week, which I know, it makes him a bit of a quitter, but he retired last week, and his quote to the media, which I thought was kind of funny, it was I'm not trying to be a dick, but his quote to the media was, "I'll be a buck for life." Yeah, what do you think, you're going to fucking get traded or something? Like, no one's ever going to be like, just ballpark in here. What do you want for the paralyzed guy? Draft picks, cash? I like you a lot, ma'am, in the yellow, because your facial expressions tell me how good a human being I am. Some jokes she'll laugh, and then like when I did the puss joke about my mom, you're like, I don't think she'd appreciate you saying that. It's probably, thank you. You're keeping me in line. You're my barometer.
It's okay. I'm just sitting here with my paralyzed daughter and you're telling the stories. I still think you're awesome.
Thank you. Well, she might get drafted by the Bucs. You got a shot now. That's a fantastic story.
She was looking at the sciences, but now I think football's the way to go.
I think so. You should do it. There's no reason. This is a good, like, we just have to design an offense around
Just
you.
move on, you're okay. Go.
No, I'm going to help you with this. You're going to the NFL. You're going to be your agent. We're going to fucking dominate. We're going to be at strip clubs, making it rain. We'll talk after the show. It's going to be awesome.
Taking my sister to a strip club, bro?
Yes,
What the fuck?
she's taking me to the strip club. I know. She's going to have cash. She might take us all to the strip club. What kind of sciences?
Just move on, it's okay.
I'm sorry, are you embarrassed? I'm being genuinely curious now.
I want to go into history or sociology.
Okay.
Can't work with that, can you?
No, I can. We can get you a scholarship. We can get you a football scholarship, and you can study history and sociology. Good thing I came to Rockford, because I made some life plans for some people. I'm actually from Canada originally, which, thank you. I always get that. And thank you for having me in your country. It's very lovely. I've been here a couple of years now, and it's nice. I love it. I've liked everyone I met. I haven't seen a murder yet, though. It's weird, because like being in Canada, like that's just what we assume is like, it's just like a shootout here from what we see on the TV, like it's just the Wild Wild West, like you guys don't know this about Canadians, but like some of our favorite things to do is just watch you guys kill each other on TV. Like the most popular shows in Canada are like CSI New York and CSI Miami and CNN. And I love like those crime drama shows. You guys ever watch those? Anyone like the CSIs or
They're like
Criminal?
marathons every day.
Yeah. Do you ever watch the American Justice?
Not that.
American Justice is an older one. They still play them, and Bill Curtis hosts them. Who I think he's an anchor for the news now, right, in Illinois, I believe. Bill Curtis. You guys don't know? We don't know. Bill Curtis was the man with the most reassuring voice in the history of the planet. Because like he could talk about the most awful things and still keep you interested. Like very often in American Justice you'd hear like, when we return, we'll show you how one man's obsession with child rape turned deadly. And you would keep watching. Like, any other situation in my life, if somebody comes up to me and is like, hey, you want to see a guy's obsession with child rape turn deadly? I'm calling the police. Like, but here I was like, yeah, no, Bill, I want to see how this turns out. And I think from watching all those American Justice, like the worst crime that a human being can commit, I think I've decided, is not like the child rape or any of those ones. It's when a husband or a wife kills the significant other for the insurance money. Because if you think about like the logic behind this, the yellow shirt, I'm going to see how this. If you like this, then I'm happy. The rest of you, stand by. If you think about the logic behind this crime, what happens is, let's say a husband does it. Okay, ladies, I'm not trying to be sexist. It's just that's the way it works out a lot of the time. Husband goes to an insurance agent and is like, I love my wife so much that if anything ever happens to her, I need to know. Or anything ever happens to me, I need to know that she's going to be okay. And then he goes home and talks to his wife, and he's like, honey, I got life insurance today because I love you so much that I need to know that if anything ever happens to me, that you're going to be okay. And she hears this, and her response is, I'm going to fucking kill him. There's something very wrong with that relationship. Like at least the child rape guy, like that kid's not taking care of his financial future. Which that'd be weird if a kid walked in one day and was like, there's a guy that stares at my ass. If anything ever happens to me, I'd like to make sure that he's okay. Yellow shirt, but it didn't end well, right? You laughed at the wife. Well, the wife killing the husband was fine, but when I went back to child rape, you were like, no. Well, we got a contract to work out after the show. Thank you very much. I'm Shane Copeland. Enjoy the rest of the show. You got a great headliner coming up, and I love you all.